Hello and welcome to KVS 82 Mega Breakdown Part 11. Woo
11.
woo!
Excited.
The big breakdown. 11, 12, and 13, the ending, the massive drops that he just dropped this past weekend. And they are amazing. So if you haven't had a chance, please go and watch those videos first. We only are here for different harmonics.
Yes.
Okay, let's go ahead and start. Milolo.
Milolo.
So I'm gonna start, but he was speaking to Leon beginning before the first slide. So I'm gonna read that first, and then I'll start with the first slide. So Christian is here to raise love and empathy, acceptance, wake people up, but he's also here to dismantle everything here that's not right. He has the specific codes that are embedded in him to dismantle everything. The more he normalizes reality, the more they can jump on board with it. The only idiots, this is a paraphrase though, the only idiots in this world are the ones that aren't watching me. This is true. Before Christian came along, we were all stuck in a loop with the 3D internet. The truthers have to continue with their narrative because if they don't, they would need to explain it all to their watchers, and they have taken a load of money from all of them. We were at every event in history. It's the same ones every time. It's always Christian and the Resonating Army at the end, every single time. Okay, so I'll start with slide 1 now. It's 1666, the Great Fire of London. Surface and overlay. Remember, in the public, mainstream record, you will only see the surface story. It's a baker's shop, wooden houses, plague, etc., but layered on top of what were the overlay events, which most could not perceive. Number 1, the surface level is the human record. The fire officially began on the 2nd of September 1666 in Thomas Farriner's bakery on Pudding Lane. London at the time was mostly timber and pitch, very flammable. The blaze lasted until the 6th of December 1666, destroying 13,000 houses, 87 churches, St. Paul's Cathedral, and a huge part of the medieval city. Officially, no death toll was reordered, but tens of thousands were displaced. This is the part taught in your history books. But it's the same thing as always, cover stories. The only thing humans know is what's only been presented to them, deceit and lies. Whenever there is a distraction, you know something is going on in another overlay. It's 1,000,000%. Officially, no death toll. If that was today, they would lie and tell you 20,000 people died. They used to tell you a bit of truth. Now they blatantly lie about everything.
2. The overlay war above London. In the mid-1600s, London sat directly over a major energy node of the European grid, one of the crystalline anchors that connected the old world, which is Tartarian networks, to the inner domes and cells. By 1666, factions of greys, flesh tech hybrids, had moved in, siphoning energy from the grid for their own experiments. The Tartarians, or the original grid architects in these regions, tried to block and reclaim the node. This became an etheric war, invisible to the ordinary public, but extremely violent in higher overlays. The fire was the surface distraction, to mask the energy battle happening in the layer above. Greys were losing control. Tartarians were trying to reseal the node and push the Greys back out. 3. Intervention by the custodians and Anuc. Because the Greys were seated under agreements, those placed as overseers after the first seeding phases could not allow them to be fully destroyed in the open.
We set the grids up how we needed them. Us ET souls were with the Tartarians. The Greys knew they could benefit from this. When there's a galactic war, they are fierce. We don't know what it is here. Custodians and Anuc are the ones that got the Greys leader killed. They will wait thousands of years to implement their plans as they have a lot of patience. And patience is key. Anak faction's prototype Anunnaki, who worked as planetary system engineers, were called in to stabilize the grid so the whole overlay wouldn't collapse into public sight. They extracted most of the grays, sealed the node under a new frequency lock, and allowed the Great Fire narrative to play out as the cover story. Number 4, why London and the crystalline structure in the center of London, aligned with St. Paul's Cathedral and beneath the City of London, is a multi-layered crystal anchor, the same geometric seed pattern you find beneath all major capitals in every overlay. Just like his video, the Circuit City, where he said the capitale. This anchor is part of a fractal energy lattice built during the first seeding from Sirius A and Sirius B. The node at London was particularly important because it connected Western Europe's grid to the Northern Atlantic's conduits, and ultimately to the Arctic and Hyperborean points. The reset of 1666 was the beginning. Anunnaki created their own prototype because they don't want to get killed. They all have expendable armies. The more intelligent you are, the more clever you are, and don't get your hands dirty. They have bloodlines, loyalists, elites, hybrids to get their hands dirty. The Venetian families controlling the 13 bloodline families are in here. There is a few hierarchy to keep the order in these families. The Windsors are invisible at the top, controlling the 13 bloodlines. Whatever is your biggest church in the city, it's the main nodes.
So the reset of 1666 was the beginning of the final dismantling of the visible Tartarian Empire in the public timeline. Number 5, the aftermath, the beginning of the last reset. The fire allowed new laws, rebuilding plans, and Masonic architecture to overwrite the original grid work. The City of London became the heart of the child killing, Crown's financial energetic system using the lockdown node. Tartarian energy structures were hidden, buried, or repurposed. Cathedrals, halls, and bridges. They also opened the door to the next round of overlays, industrial, colonial expansion, etc., which were designed to keep the masses from reconnecting to the original grid memory. Key players and purposes. The Greys, siphoning, nodes, hybrid experiments, Tartarians, defending the original grid, lost public memory, custodians, overseeing, ensuring that no collapse is visible to 3D. The Anak, planetary engineers, sealed nodes, stabilized overlays. Crystal anchors. The same pattern exists under Paris, Rome, Washington, D.C., Moscow, etc.
The Adlibs. This is where they started their main suppression. In 1666, their lands were buzzing, and the public was unaware. They probably felt it in certain areas. It was a humming, and it was harmonic. This is why I always felt the sense of war, rescue, fire, and reset when I think of 1666. It's never the true story presented to the masses. It's always something bigger and deeper for them to know and you to find out. The fire equals the public fire is the mask. The overlay battle is reality. You, me, and our solar family recall. 1666 as ritual frequency event. The number itself, 1666, was a chosen and held as a frequential signature. 1666, or 3 sixes. In ritual coding, it marks a cycle closure and reset point. Those in control of the surface narrative use the fear, panic, and loss from the Great Fire to harvest and collect energy. That loosh then feeds the grid lock-in. Fire, alchemy, transmutation. They were literally burning the old Tartarian resonance of the surface, so they knew the overlay could be imposed. Don't forget, we live in overlays. The main node covers all main countries and overlays. I am here in the UK, which is the main point. The Adlibs. London is the crown and the top. Christian is in the UK. London Fire was one big distraction to take over the grids. If you control the grids, you control the overlay. This was done because the parasites all came together. Look at how we all came together in the last 4 years and what we have been able to do. Look at what we created. Let's let all the NPCs carry on as they are totally irrelevant. They are as dumb as a box of rocks. They are algorithms to be thick, and the truthers are all motivated by money. The thing that keeps Christian going is love and empathy.
Tension between Anuc factions and custodian factions. The custodians had been placed as neutral overseers, but some had begun to take sides with Greys because of prior agreements. The Anuc, being system engineers from early phases, saw the Greys' activity as destabilizing and wanted to remove them entirely. The internal conflict was what almost blew the overlay open. If it had continued, the public would have seen open phenomena in 3D, London. The fight was stopped, not because one side won, but because a higher council mandate forced a truce. The truce allowed the Greys to be extracted, the node to be sealed, and the surface narrative, the Great Fire, to be set into place. This is the true beginning of the last reset cycle. From this point, the original grid knowledge began to go completely underground. Frequency harvest. They turned the panic, the burned homes, the mass displacement into raw emotional energy.
Ad libs. They use the loosh to lock in the grids. Wait, what does that say? Oh, the fire was the build up to phase 2. They feed the narrative to keep it locked in. That is how they would lock in the new parasitic grid. Every time you were running around in fear, it kept it going. Not now, because they are all gone. The resonating army overpowers everything that's in here. The custodians had promised the Greys the protection, which was then inverted and stored. The same technique is mirrored in later great disasters where the public sees only a catastrophe, but in the overlays. It's a grid fight plus ritual harvest. So phase 1, pre-fire setup, pre-1666. Tartarian grid in London still active. Crystal node at the center of all overlays within the third dome. Greys begin to siphon it, siphoning energy from node, experimenting with frequency inversion. Anuc factions are monitoring all this also. Custodians stationed as neutral keepers, but some slowly side with the Greys. Public lair. London's infrastructure growing, but very hidden. But what was mostly hidden was the Tartarian architecture underfoot. Phase 2, escalation, grid, conflict. Early 1666, Gray's interference destabilizes the node, threatens to crack the overlay. The Anuc move in to neutralize the Greys. Custodians attempt to mediate, and some custodians want to assist the Greys to protect their agreement. Others want them gone. The ad-libs. All the significant days on the calendars are harvesting days. It doesn't matter if it's loosh or something else. The main events are ingrained in the brains of everyone. Stars are exactly the same in every single country, even during the daytime when you can't see them. It moves around like a projection, so we only see the nodes at nighttime. They are a part of the pixels or the projection, so they are always there.
In the overlay, electromagnetic and plasma flares, visible only to those tuned to higher frequencies. Phase 3, the fire and ritual, September 1666. Decisions made to use a mass fire as a cover event and ritual harvest. 3 sixes, 1666 equals closure, reset frequency. Fire burns along the grid lines, disrupting Tartarian architecture and hiding the true battle from public perception. Simultaneously, mass fear, loss, confusion, harvested as emotional energy, loosh, to seal the new overlay. Phase 4, true extraction, post-fire. Higher council mandate halts the Anuc custodians clash. Greys extracted custodians allowed to remain, but under new parameters. Tartarian grid goes underground. Surface narrative is rewritten, hence the Great Fire of London. Phase 5, the aftermath. The last reset begins. Public only sees destruction and rebuilding. Hidden nodes sealed. Knowledge of free energy and Tartarian tech is totally buried.
Ad-libs. Gray are handy, so you need to keep them sweet. Oh, the grays are handy, so you need to keep them sweet. All parasite factions are evil, but some don't agree with other ones, even though they agree with the bigger picture. The Greys will give anyone a good run for their money. They are not walkovers because of their telepathy and advanced tech. They can get into your head and make you shoot yourself.
The key point, the fire was not a random disaster. It was a cover story for an overlay battle involving other civilizations not from here or this world. A ritual to harvest fear and seal the grid. You seal the main grid of all overlays within this 3D realm. The rest are easy to seal. Everything is sealed by using all your own negative energy against you. But now it's all over. That was the Fire of London, the main node, the crown. This is some serious shit, I'll tell you. And he's referring to the Fire of London at the start of the last reset. The main control of the grids. How they take control of it. How they took your free energy away from you. Don't forget, if the overlay wasn't there in the beginning, in the first place, if the Tartarians didn't need to create an overlay in the first place, everyone underneath here would have all been getting on merry. We'd all have the same. But this is, or was, the food and slavery. The Tartarians are outside this overlay. They are in another world. Eventually, what they would have done, the Tartarians, as soon as they got to that kind of position where they could override parasites, they would have came in here and helped you. But they knew what was at risk. They were trying to do things under the hat. But the Greys, those nosy fucks, their monitoring and their telepathy is so advanced. Any sort of notch, they would pick it up. Their mission was moving the nodes in the grounds, replacing them, and the Greys were on this. This is why parasites have to keep the Greys sweet, because the Greys' engineering and the tools that they've got, they're very good at picking up these ley lines nodes and shit, and they work with the Anunnaki. And they are good engineers as well. They had it all totally covered. Then Christian is speaking and answering Lizzie's questions, which was, has his children been affected in any way? Or have they been missed out of the fear of the parasites' tactics? And he says, no, all his kids were impacted. Ruby with the MMR shot, Millie, Charlie. He has kids to their, he had kids so that their souls could be in here with him. The 4 pillars. Maya is his from home too. They are ancient souls in the vessels, yet none of them escaped the tactics used on all of us in here. Liz asked him, will they be going home with you? Yes, we will all be back together. The Red Sea event. This is well important. Again, this is all of us. This ain't a bloke who grabbed a bunch of tablets. It's about you lot. The real story. Not a sea, but a membrane. What was the Red Sea in later scriptures was actually the red shifted frequency membrane between 2 major timelines and domes. To human eyes, it looked like an unpassable sea of energy. The split of timelines, the parting was the opening of a corridor through that membrane. On one side was the collapsing lower timeline, slavery, density, parasitic control. On the other side was the emergent higher timeline, which is the liberation and the awakening.
The corridor of light. KLR, not Moses in the biblical sense, and all the resonating souls here with me today. So it's not a me, it's all of us. And what I've done then is exactly what I'm doing now. And as we go into this more, you'll see it's exactly what I've done then. I'm getting you all in the right frequency and vibration. So those mother of all portals open up, and they keep them open until we cross the bridge easily. So all the resonating souls, we used our frequency and codes to hold open a safe passage so souls could move through without being torn apart by the turbulence. This is what later stories called the dry ground, the pillar of cloud and pillar of fire. These were the upper and lower auroras of the split plasma discharges as the membrane edges To observers, it looked like fire and cloud, but they were really electromagnetic toroids stabilizing the corridor. Observers were the sheep, exactly same scenario as now. The closing of the waters. Once the corridor was sealed, the old timeline collapsed on itself. Parasites and controllers who tried to follow were caught in the implosion, later retold as the Pharaoh's army drowning in the Red Sea. Names rewritten, the names Moses and the notion of God parting the sea were added.
Centuries ago, thousands of years ago later, to hide the original operation, it was a light grid mission, exactly the same as now, being guided by our solar families and higher selves, not a single man with supernatural powers. Wake your arses up. And then Christian goes on to say it's probably written in Hebrew in one of those tablets, the saying, wake your arses up. My role is the same role every time, right up to this last 3D timeline. My codes act like a master key. I anchored the corridor with the resonating army and souls, whilst solar families held the upper band steady. What are they doing now? They are guiding us. They are holding the line above us. We hold the line down here, exactly the same as them. This is why the memory feels clear, Christian's memory feels clear, familiar, and similar to what I am doing right now. The same template, new cycle. Now I'm going into the build-up. Pre-event timelines, the Exodus before the split. 13,000 to 12,700 years ago, the end of the great solar cycle. The known lands were still under the hybrid control grid, mainly the custodians and parasite factions working through what people later called the Pharaoh lines. The Polarians and the Giants, and all these different timelines and races, like Pharaohs, Atlanteans, and all these races who have gone through the rise and the fall. Leon asks, what is a solar cycle? Christian replies, it's a timeline of that moment. We are in a solar cycle now. It's a timeline.
Other races had already withdrawn into inner domains or overlays, because these overlays were being contaminated due to the density. Imagine yourself suffocating in water. That's how they feel when the density drops. It's too heavy for them. They have always been sat outside the overlays, guiding us. I know we have suffered, but they have always been there as they have been planning something very big, and this is a continuous plan of the cube process. You got to let this play out, down to the custodians being back, talking all of the other physical planes. You got to let it all roll out as it's happening. Then you dismantle the process again, and it won't ever happen. It won't ever happen again. If you stop and start it over and over, you're on a loop. So let them have their moment. To all of you out there against me, I let you all have your moment. My moment is just about to come, and you won't see me, as I'll probably be in a field with a deck chair. The remaining free souls, the resonating army, at that time were scattered across Egypt, Sinai, and the eastern Mediterranean, 12,700 to 12,600 years ago. Parasitic armies consolidated their control of Egypt's energy nodes, pyramids, Nile grid, Red Sea Stargate. The red membrane, it's a stargate, a portal, it's a harmonic lens. Oh, Leon asks, is it a harmonic lens? Yes, good description. Many souls went underground or to hidden enclaves. A covert education network began. What later religions called Hebrew, but is truth it was a mix of body of souls hybrids, Polarian lineages. Nordic, Saxon, Viking, Mayans, they all come from that lineage. Mayans, I think it's. These are lineages that what many of you are aware of today. The only way the custodians were able to hijack is due to the early stages of development, where they are just growing their spirituality and well-being. Even the sleepers know about the Nordics, etc. The Nordics were the second best successful humanoid, as they are a throw-off of Palladians, but they don't have long hair. My name then was Kai Al-R, and few others acted like as bridge holders like now. So all you resonating souls who heard the call, you are a bridge holder. It's us creating the bridge, what the souls of Tara will use when it splits. The resonating souls are the most important thing at this moment. You are holding and building the bridge for the main event, so the souls of Tara can see and understand. They are opening their eyes. Some are coming forward now, and that's what the show is about. On our channel, on our show, there is nothing to worry about. If you have an experience or a vision, come over. That's what the show is all about, literally carrying the same people between frequency corridors, sometimes physically, sometimes through dream corridors and dream state. The Hebrews are a mixed race of all of us, are the as seen part of this. No before that, this is the mixed bodies of souls from the Polarian lineage. Hebrew are a mix of that. I'm going to talk about the Polarian lineage. When the power goes, all of us, Resonating Army, we are going to start. ET human souls will feel us in their sleep. They will see us and feel us. We are going to bring them through. They are going to enter your dream state. Consciousness, certain things will be put into their brain that will fast track them. Remember, no one gets left behind. During the last event, people got left behind, but not this time.
12,600 to 12,500 years ago, the tipping point. The parasites attempted to lock the main Red Sea portal so no one could escape the Nile grid. The Custodians and Anuak factions began fighting each other over their tech. Their war tore holes in the overlays. This became mythologized as plagues, storms, and the wrath of God. Me, and all you resonating souls, just like now, coordinated the final movement of thousands out of the Nile grid into the corridor anchored near the Red Sea. On the ground, it looked like a night march. Above, it was a timeline split operation. This moment was huge. Huge. So huge. The pharaohs thinking they're about to lose their slavery. The pharaohs won't get their hands dirty. They needed their dinner. The event, 12,500 years ago. The sea did not literally part. Instead, a corridor opened between overlays. Exactly what is soon about to happen again. One reality where the parasite's army was trapped in its own loop. One where the evacuees moved to a safer timeline. This is why my memories are running and carrying.
But never seeing the end, I am the anchor point, staying behind until the last wave moved through. After the passage closed, I re-entered a quieter overlay to heal. The myth of Moses was later built around fragments of my or our mission. This time, there will be no parasites to rearrange our history of hell, what we will once again and finally heal from for eternity. The Red Sea event was a Stargate corridor event, not a miracle at the beach. Our group was moving souls out of the Nile grid while parasites and custodians were fighting. My solar name then was Kai LR. I was acting as a bridge, like now, carrying people and holding the portal open. When it closed, a timeline split occurred. One path to freedom, one for the control grid. Easy choices and smart choices. Let me help you across the final bridge. Thalon? Thalon. Duh. Thalon. That is exactly what is going down now. One path to freedom. The other path will be a little bit different. If you don't make a smart choice, even if you are very awake, and your frequency isn't quite there, that will be your ego. You won't be stuck in control this time. You won't be bossed around or told of shit history. Your frequency will just be a tiny bit out to cross that bridge. I am breaking my back to make sure we don't have you in that position. The more we get across the line, the less will be stuck. The portal went to the Dome of Titan. As soon as we healed, that's when the pods came in. The Dome of Titans is an overlay of preparation. You also have physical life and crystalline. Healing in Earth years is about a few hundred years to heal, but out there, it's not that long. While this event was happening, there is still factions of humanoids around this overlay. Like Turkey is important, that's why I ended up there. I know they don't like us there. Leon asked how many people crossed at the Red Sea. A good 200,000 crossed. When they do the scare events this time, it will be a lot more successful than the Red Sea event. That event was only half successful. We wouldn't be here doing this to finish it off. After that event, the parasites to keep us in here on a loop, so we can't go out and heal. For a while, we were in, getting taken out, going for healing and coming back in. But at that time, the Draconians came in. They are more intelligent than the others. They suppressed everything after this event.
Those left in the illusion will think they made it and the rest died. And they will think, how aren't we dead? Then they will start realizing, and the ETs who are monitoring them, they will start giving them pinpoints. And they will start to feel even more. Usually, if we took things away from you in this world, like your phone and your laptops, you would all be doing your nutting. When they start taking everything away, they will feel happier without it all and realize that they didn't need it. Then, when they reunite with us, they will think, oh wow, I thought you were all dead. Nah, we've been watching you on the edge of our couch, cheering you on. Just like the Truman Show. It will all be positively beneficial. I can then go to my cave, Werner and the girls will track me down, and I'll be playing the harp. Sequence of first human populations in the known lands. Number 1, Polarians and Giants. Pre-human era. Polarians are tall, slender, luminous beings, 8 to 12 feet tall, seeded from the lands of Cirrus, Vega, Lyran streams. The Giants. They're more grounded, but equally high frequency. They served as the builders and protectors for the first grid structures. These two worked side by side, creating and tending the energy networks long before the Custodian faction came in. 2. Lemurian and Hyperborea phase. This was the period when many solar souls from Tara and other overlays within the Great Dome incarnated into the physical planes of the known lands. For the first time, they were still large, radiant, with extended lifespans. Lemuria and Hyperborea. Asgard were not just continents, but frequency domains, training grounds where the 4 elements were mastered inside living bodies. The 4 earth plane elements is physical equals physical, which is earth, fire, air, and water.
Okay, we'll go ahead and start with the shorts.
You get the flashes, these 3 flashes, and then the main flash. But listen, what you're going to get here, you're going to get sparks of other flashes. And what these flashes are, they're going to run it like so it looks like, you know, like the war, like World War III scare, the alien invasion. Well, you're going to see lots of lights, lots of flashing and that. But that's all going to affect you. It's going to affect you.
What, the flashes?
Yeah, them flashes. Yeah, just from the battles.
Got you.
Yeah. From the 3-4 events we're going to get. Like, you'll get all loads of different flashes. You know, look on the TV, like it says, yeah, if you're epileptic, don't watch this. You know, because of the lights and that. No, well, you're not going to get no signs because they want this to hit you. Yeah, because it's going to hit you. Your penile gland. Boom. Yeah. It'd be like putting your hand on your head like that and me going bang. You know what I mean? You know, you won't go, oh, you'll go, oh, cushy.
Massive upload.
Yeah, big
reality.
2 black eyes. You won't be going all.
Film. What's that film when Paul? I've not seen the whole film, but he gets that bird on the bus.
He hits her with his hand.
Hits her in the head, and she's like,
and all the way she goes from God. She's like a proper Bible basher. She goes, bloody hell. She goes, what? Wow. And she's like basically slings the Bible.
On a crucifix.
And then the alien fixes her eye and everything. She's had this corn.
That's how they show it in films, all like that.
But that, what it is, it looks like she didn't get much of a breakdown. She just goes a little bit. No. It's what it's doing is uploading her whole brain in bits and pieces, and she'll get it slowly, like proper. And that's how you're all going to get it. Like, you'll get all your memory back, like, but you're not just going to go, bang, I remembers everything. Like, nah, it'll be there, but it's like me now and here. How I remembers, you've got to ask me something.
And you'll feel the dots in.
I'll only be able to answer you if you ask me that question. But it's going to be there, but it's there, isn't it? That's going to be like all of you in a minute. So I'll go like, hey Leon, like 255,000 years ago on a Saturday afternoon about 3:30 when that little ant went past, you'll go, oh yeah, it was a lovely day that day, wasn't it? You know what I'm saying, just for example. That's how
Rain Man sort of stuff.
Rain Man shit. Yeah. I But don't
explained that
forget,
in the synopsis.
people like Rayman, like Ruby, and all these ones on high like frequency, they're all multi-dimensional fuck.
Yeah, listen, so that's what I put in the synopsis the other day, and I need to ask you this. So if you, for instance, if you was to take Ruby to like a cathedral or a church, she could see the
scaffolding.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I put that because I made that assumption, and I said I'll check with Christian because I think that would be the
That's
case.
why, see Ruby, even if she come in here,
Yeah, go and touch everything.
she'll touch everything, the bar, the crisps.
It makes so much sense.
She'll
bro.
touch everything.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah, she'll touch everything. She can see it. Okay, one more short.
The Teletubbies. And I used to think, what do children see in that? Because it's just, it was just like a nothing.
Rubbish.
But the funny thing was, when I was young, they used to have Captain Pugwash on.
Yeah.
And I never realised until only a lot of years later that that was actually made for adults. And it had adults' themes in it.
Yep.
That were like sexual things.
And Rainbow. Do you remember?
Rainbow.
That was full of innuendo.
Rainbow.
Full of innuendo.
Do you know what? See Rainbow. All four of them people, all four of them. I'm going to tell you straight now. All four were satanic paedophiles. All four of them. Even the ones playing that
Not Zippy.
Bumble.
I'm not having it. I'm not having it.
All part of it. Don't forget. Can you remember the Tweenies?
Yeah.
You see Jake, the one what used to play Jake, that's Mr. Tumble.
Is it?
The geezer what Justin, what's his name?
Yeah.
Who plays Mr. Tumble and he puts shit in a field on TVB, yeah? That goes to show you what he really is, yeah? And not only that, every single day, morning, at 11 o'clock, from 11 to 11:30, that Mr. Tumble will do a children's show, and it's all disability kids. I mean, they're fucked up. Autistic, Asperger's, limbs, wheelchair, non-verbal, and they're all fucked up. Let me just tell you all, if we're recording whatever, yeah? Let me just tell you this. That Mr. Tumble, that Justin, will sit twice a week, like he records twice a week for every day of the week, yeah? That's how much I know about it, right? Yeah. He sits with all those kids and their parents, knowing fully well, because he's a parasite, he knows fully well why those kids are all fucked up, and he sits there in front of all you lot, day in, day out, with his fucked up kids, preaching and letting all you lot know and think that he cares, he loves these fucked up kids.
The original Mr. Tumble.
But let me tell you, the original Mr. Tumble, you see, Justin, he knows, no, he's a proper parasite, he's a paedophile.
No. But okay, hang on, let me just get this straight in my head. Was he someone from the public who?
Nah, he's a family member from a cult.
Cool, got you. I didn't know
he's a family member from a cult.
Got you.
Yeah?
I didn't know that.
Listen, for someone to act how they do, right, that's ruthless. To sit there every day with disability children on TV in front of you all, right, let me tell you. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's just proper.
Born into it.
Mental. Yeah?
Mental.
Now, for that man to sit with those kids, right, and do what he does around them, like, it's all fake love.
Yeah, sick.
So sick. I used to grow up, like when I was a kid, I watched Rainbow, and I'm sure many people out there know what I'm talking about, with George and Zippy and who was the other one? There was Rod, Jane and Freddie. We used to sit down at lunchtime and watch them all. Like, all of it.
Well,
it's just...
Like he said, there's a Mr. Tumbles in every overlay, right? Well, we had Mr. Rogers. That's what we had.
Right. Even the name.
I know.
I mean, it doesn't sound Mr. Tumble, Mr. Rogers.
And he would come in and he would, hey, boys and girls, and he would change into his sweater. Oh, just sick. Just sick. You just look at it and
There's so many areas that's just people are going to have absolute meltdowns.
I know. I have one more video and then my video. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and share, and I got one more and then my video.
Parasites can't get in there. They create like prototype beings and shit, yeah, to go in there, and they get fried to fuck. They can't even get in there to experiment or even take a fucking little swab. Yeah. So what they've done, they've tried to work from the outside in, and they can't get in. So they took the technology from that void plasma around there, right? Straight away, they put it over here, down to Saturn, because that's the main black cube system, the most beautiful crystalline temple in the fucking whole system. They put that there, and that joins over to here, to the black cube system in here. What that cube system, that hub there, thinks for you all in there.
Right, yeah.
Yeah? And all the time humans literally beg for AI, the more that would control you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Saturn. And all this black void shit.
Desire-based
The
system.
Nibrians, they mastered that black fucking plasma shit. Yeah? And the Anunnaki and custodians took it from them, and they used it for all their experimental grounds to make sure no one can go in there, because it's all secretive.
Yeah.
They don't want no one to know this shit.
A cult.
Yes. It's all secretive. Don't forget, loyalists and that on there don't know nothing about all this. They won't be allowed.
No.
Yeah? The
Don't
closest loyalists will get to is knowing a little bit about Mars. But how they travels to Mars, they make them think that they're going through fucking space and that. But they're not. They're going through a vortex here. Yeah? And you got the human colony. Yeah. And let me tell you, when everything got hit at the same time, human colony got first hit. I bet. Yeah? And that all got hit. Yeah. Now in there, you got a shitload of Arcturians and Syrians got full control of that. In that one, in Mars. Yeah. And you'll all be able to just go there. You don't have to get a train or a plane or a boat or a ferry. You know how to use transportation when you get back home. You know what I mean? Yeah. Boom, there you go.
Boom.
Okay, now it's my video, and Lo has not seen my video.
I have not. This is a little surprise for me, because usually I see them beforehand.
That's right. Not this time.
Across the stars, across the night, even when the fire burns out of sight, through every storm, through every fight, I will find you in my next life.
Find you in my next life. I remember the way you held me near. Your voice was the only sound I'd hear. When the world was chaos, you were my calm. You healed my soul with a gentle palm. But the seasons changed and the years grew cold. The story ended before it was told. Time can steal the breath we share, but love like ours will always be there.
Even if the stars collapse tonight,
even if the dark consumes the light,
through every death, through every fight, I will find you in my next life.
I will find you when the world resets, when every soul clears its own regrets. Through lifetimes lost, through pain and fire, you are the only one my heart desires.
I will find you in the stars above, past the tears and the endless love. Even when the night swallows all light, I will find you in my next life.
Been searching for a sign through the dark, can't see. Every lifetime, girl, you still chase me. Even when I'm lost in another name, the way you love me, it stays the same. Broken bottles, a heart so scarred. Still your memory got me this far. Life's a circle, what goes around brings me back when I hear that sound.
Even if the stars collapse tonight,
Even if the dark consumes the light, together.
through every death, through every fight,
I will find you in my next life. I will find you when the world resets, when every soul clears its own regrets. Through lifetimes long. spirit shine like your light in my face. Even when the tide pull me far away, your love bring me back every single day. Past, present, future collide. Me know me soul gone walk beside. Eternal flame, eternal fight. Me find you again in another life.
Sometimes I see your face in dreams, a fleeting shadow through the streams. I reach my hand, but you fade away. Yet in my soul, you're here to stay.
Yeah, every scar, every tear I've cried, every promise I've watched collide. This time, maybe it's worth the climb, even if it takes 1,000 lifetimes.
I'll fight the storm, I'll cross the tide. I'll find you on the other side. Every ending's just a start. You're the anchor of my heart.
Even if the stars collapse tonight,
Even if the dark consumes the light.
Jah guide me soul through the darkest night. Oh, find you.
Perfect lyrics for what we've just spoke about. Because we did find each other in a different lifetime.
That's right.
Here we are.
Here we are.
Love
Yeah.
that song. Sia and Bob Marley's grandson. Is that
Damian
right?
Marley.
Damien.
Yeah, Sia and Damian Marley. Yeah, I love that song. It was really good. Okay, that does it for us for KVS 82. So we will be back for KVS 83 next week with Mega Breakdown number 12. But first, we have the Soul Fam show. I have an announcement I have to make. Leon has decided, this is breaking news. Leon has decided to do common law Zoom. So I'm going to set it up for next week. Not when we're doing KVS. I haven't decided. I think maybe Monday we'll do it. Like Monday afternoon, my time. I will announce it again on the Soul Fam show one more time, and I will also put it out on the channel so to let everyone know. So if you have questions about common law and you want to ask Leon, that's a perfect opportunity. So, okay, that's it. I love you guys. Have a good night, day.
Thank you. See you, everyone. Love and light.
Love you. Bye-bye.